Hi, my name is Jesse Kirby, and first I'd like to talk a little bit about my family history. We originally came from Marion, Indiana, and it was during a time when the industrial era was more present in the northern part of the United States. By this, I mean that factory work was still largely seen in many of the steel industries and other forms of manufacturing. Since then, my family has moved further south, and a lot of these factories have moved overseas in what is now dubbed the Rust Belt in the northern part of the United States, which stretches through parts of Michigan, Ohio, Indiana. And the object that I'm going to be showing today is a watch, and the watch is actually made out of gold, and it has the logo of RCA on the watch as it was given to my grandfather after 30 years of working for the company. Now, what I'm going to talk about is how this watch is important to my family as a family artifact, and what I plan to do with it in the future as we continue to hold on to this. The background of the object is this watch was given to my grandfather after working for RCA television sets for 30 years. He was responsible for taking large tube televisions and actually lifting them up and placing them on conveyor belts. It was very hard work, and he did this every day for the entire 30 years that he worked there. Today, interestingly enough, is actually the anniversary of the day that he passed away. And the reason why we have this watch is it was given to him by his company as a reward for being very hardworking and dedicated to the company. That hence why there's the RCA logo on the watch. If you look closely, you can see. And then there's a little diamond even that's underneath it. And this watch even has scratches on the very top of it. You can see on the plating. And that was from the fact that he actually wore this every day while he was at his job. So there's been a history of factory work in my family. My uncle currently works for a company that actually creates wood furniture, and he's been working there for a very long time. I also have an aunt who is retired now, who worked for General Electric. So there's a long history of factory work in my family. And holding on to this watch is important to me because it teaches of the value of what you can reap through hard work. Now, this watch, I plan on taking it with me when I go to Japan in another year after finishing my degree. And my plans for this watch is I would like to pass it down to children to teach them the value of hard work, and to show them that if you work hard enough, you can achieve things, whether it be this watch or your bachelor's degree, a master's degree, or any other dream that you might have. And it all starts with hard work. And it also serves as something that would be a representation of what I stand for in my country. Japan is a nation that's very much about presentation, and as a foreigner coming to Japan, one thing that Japanese people will always say is that you represent your country when you come to Japan, and this is true of any place in the world. And by having this watch with me, by carrying it with me when I leave, it will allow me to serve as kind of a representation of what I want to stand for from my country, which is someone who is dedicated to hard work, who will continue to work hard in order to reap the benefits that you can in life. And this translates well with Japanese culture because Japanese people also have a philosophy of working hard, and it's something that I can kind of share between the two countries, some common ground, and it's just who I would also like to represent. So, like I said, this is something that I'll pass down to my children one day, and hopefully they can pass it down to their children, and it just reinforces hard work. So, thank you for listening to my presentation.